Justin Bieber finally came forward and accused his former mentors, Sean Diddy Combs and Usher, of something truly vile. He says they spent years slurping on his blood while he was under their control as a very young teenager. And make no mistake, he wasn't using a metaphor, he meant it literally. He's done with the games. No more coded signals buried in his music videos. No more pretending to follow the industry's rules. Now, he's saying it out loud. He's coming for them. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. Justin Bieber has now openly accused Diddy and Usher of using him as their personal blood boy, draining his young body of blood whenever they wanted, sometimes leaving him so weak he was close to death. In recent weeks, Bieber has been speaking out to fans during late-night Instagram sessions, posting and removing shocking allegations, as his online behaviour finally starts to match what's really happening inside his head. Those closest to him say he's becoming a ticking time bomb, struggling to process the horrors of his youth, and what he now clearly understands was systematic abuse. They allege that Bieber was repeatedly taken without consent by members of Diddy's entourage, deliberately spiking his adrenal response right before his blood was extracted and consumed fresh at room temperature. Justin wasn't doing any of that to climb higher in the industry. He was the payment. Somebody got to Diddy first. Those in the industry have always known that Clive Davis owned him. Once Diddy was owned, he exploded bigger and bigger because he kept making his payments to Clive. The Menendez brothers said they killed their father because he molested them for years. Their father was a powerful music executive and a close friend of Clive Davis. It all connects. Diddy wanted Bieber, so Usher went out and got him for Diddy. Listen to a very young Justin Bieber tell the story of how Usher tracked him down by studying the backgrounds of YouTube clips to find out where he lived, and then trafficked him across the Canadian border.
Well, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was with Usher.
Yeah, just hanging out with Usher?
Just,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was with him about, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and, yeah.
What was that like? Next thing you know, you have a manager? How did that happen?
He messaged me on my YouTube, and my mom kind of ignored it. After that, he looked in the background of my videos and seen that, where I lived and stuff. And kind of tracked me down. Yeah. And it was kind of creepy, actually. But, and then my mom finally just wanted to get rid of him, so she called him back from an unknown number. Yeah. Well, he told my mom a lot of stuff about him and told him to check him out on Google and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
If you want to know how this is possible, keep listening. Justin wasn't the only one. Diddy and Usher had other blood boys too. They drained these kids of their life force, sucking out their youth, their vitality, their future, night after night. Exactly what they did to Bieber, until he was left empty, aged before his time, and barely recognisable as the bright kid he once was.
You were Puffy's blood boy?
From 2004 to 2014.
Don't think I'm stupid, but what's a blood boy?
So when somebody parties too hard or isn't living right, they want a fresh blood in their system, right? I didn't drink, smoke weed, I didn't eat pork, none of that. Diddy saw me and he was like, yo, I got a job for you. He was like, I want that blood. And I was like, whoa. And he drops 10 grand on the table.
10 large.
Yeah. He said, I want a pint of your blood right now.
So that was a one-off, or you
No, that was the beginning. I'm a universal donor. He thought I was special. He called me his lucky little blood boy. Every 3 months, he would fly me down to Miami. And this was the crazy part. He never actually wanted to do it on land. It wasn't legal at that time. Yeah. So we would get on a boat and he would take us to what he would call Oconus, outside of the continental United States. Yeah. And on his yacht, we would just drain blood. And he would just drain me, dude. Look at him from 2004 to 2014 and tell me if he aged.
Yeah, facts. And he's aging now that he's in prison. He's not all of a sudden Father Time
caught up with him, you know what I mean? Yeah. For 9 years, the majority of Puffy was made up with my blood. With my blood. With my blood. With my blood.
Hollywood is absolutely crawling with vampires, and this is only the beginning. Coming up next, We're blowing the lid on the powerful names who were feeding right there with Usher and Diddy. Today's sponsor is pillsforever.com. If you think Big Pharma have your best interests at heart, think again. The price of medicine in America has skyrocketed, and there are certain medicines Big Pharma don't want you to know about. That's why I've partnered with pillsforever.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. More importantly, you can order medicines that Big Pharma don't want you to have, such as ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and fenbendazole. Speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can help with cancer. Listen to this bombshell interview with Mel Gibson, who says 3 of his friends who had terminal cancer were cured by the very same ivermectin and fenbendazole available at pillsforever.com.
I have 3 friends. All 3 of them had stage 4 cancer. All 3 of them don't have cancer right now at all. And they had some serious stuff going on.
And what did they take?
Jesus. They took some, what you've heard they've taken.
Ivermectin?
Fenbendazole.
Fenbendazole, yeah. I'm hearing that a lot.
They drank hydrochloride something or other.
Get 15% off using coupon code People's Voice at the checkout. Please click the link below this video to take advantage of this fantastic offer. The global elite aren't just paedophiles, they're vampires. And it's not a metaphor. Meet Nobel Prize winner Daniel Carlton Gadusek. He openly admitted to sleeping with between 300 and 400 boys, all between the ages of 8 and 12. Wait until you hear what he won the Nobel Prize for.
I have never once taken a kid to my bed. They have come to my bed, and I am no one to kick them out. If they hug me and I find them playing with my I say, good on you.
When you grow up with a culture that does not condone this, that totally
No
objects to
culture
it,
condones it.
surely it must hurt you when you get subjected to a grown-up forcing sexuality on you.
Boy, what a brainwashed person you are. With 300 or 400 boys who had sex with me from 8 and 10 and 12, 100% have run into my bed, jumped in without my mentioning it, and asked for sex. I have never asked for it. I've never, and most of my friends, don't you realize that I was jumping in people's beds hoping they would take me? All boys want a lover. My God.
You as a kid.
And the idea that these men go after you don't have any point in the world. Now come on, that's the rule of the game.
This proud paedophile, celebrated and decorated by the Nobel Committee and highest levels of the global elite, won his Nobel Prize for groundbreaking research into Kuru disease. Yes, the same prion disease caused by eating human flesh and drinking human blood. The very same disease now visibly destroying members of the Hollywood elite, including Celine Dion. It all connects. Hollywood stuntman and filmmaker Mike Smith explains that initiation to Hollywood's upper echelons requires either a blood sacrifice or the transitioning of a child.
Is it true that to get to a certain level in Hollywood, these famous people have to sacrifice their firstborn child? Is that a crazy thing to say?
If you ask me what I believe,
yeah,
I believe that there is a club, and I do believe that there are certain people that to attain certain stature or certain level of influence or power, fame, whatever, you're required to either sacrifice a blood sacrifice, whether it be a mom or a relative or whatever, or transition one of your kids, because it's all worshiping their God, their false God.
So what are the signs that you see that make you think that that's true?
Well, how many, what do you mean? Just go Google your stars and see how many of them lost a parent or how many of them lost a kid. Died in accidents or died during, a certain period of time in their life. Go see how many stars have transgender kids. Who do you think's pushing that? Where do you think that comes from? That is Baphomet. That is satanic.
It's dark.
It's evil.
It's very dark.
It's dark, it's evil, and it's being normalized as we speak.
Right out. So that bag costs 20,000.
Is that for like baby organs and shit like that?
It's like adrenochrome. All right, so I'm doing an adrenochrome, $20,000 IV.
basically.
I don't know if we can actually say adrenochrome.
Yeah, that's legal.
Is it?
Don't you have to murder kids for that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's like what presidents do and shit.
Yeah. So I'm doing the presidential IV.
Biden definitely doesn't do that.
Obviously.
Chalk up another conspiracy theory that just became cold, hard conspiracy fact. For thousands of years, aristocrats and elite bloodlines have treated paedophilia and cannibalism as sacred rites, passed down through generations. The Epstein files have now exposed the Hollywood and political elite of our own time. And guess what? Nothing has changed. They're still practicing the exact same darkness that stretches all the way back to Babylonian times. This is a 9,000-year-old paedophile cult.
For years, there has been a long-standing conspiracy theory that Hollywood and the elites harvest the blood of young people and transfuse it in order to reverse age. And now the Epstein files might have revealed that that is in fact true. In this email to Jeffrey Epstein, it says, all you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. This is where adrenochrome comes into play. It is a real chemical compound found in the blood when the body is in a fight or flight situation. And we know that the kids that were involved in Jeffrey Epstein's network were definitely put into fight or flight. And of course, we've seen Hollywood elites like Chrissy Teigen tweet about how they're going to a party where they're serving up 4-year-old cheese pizza with adrenochrome and, of course, the eye emoji. And according to the FBI code words, cheese stands for little girl and pizza stands for girl. Now back to the email. The subject is Dr. Agus, a professor of medicine and biomedical engineering at USC, pretty local to Hollywood. He is also the founding director and CEO of the Ellison Medical Institute. You know, the medical institute funded by Larry Ellison, the new owner of TikTok. And he's also hosted a Paramount show with big celebs like Ashton Kutcher and Oprah Winfrey. If you know, you know.
It all connects. Just ask Peter Nygaard, Canada's Epstein, who is on video seeking to pay black women for babies so he can drain their blood.
You have abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. Yeah. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be. It should be captured as recycled, and it shouldn't go to waste. It's life for somebody,
It all connects. Just ask Nygaard's friend Ellen DeGeneres, who was exposed in the Epstein files as Hollywood's most prolific cannibal. Here she is wishing Diddy a happy birthday, after having him on her show 18 times, and affectionately calling him Cuddle McSnugglestuff. She says the public doesn't need to know why. She's wrong. The elites aren't untouchable anymore. Diddy is locked up. And she's next. Next cap off the rank. Her turn is coming. We've been sounding the alarm at the people's voice for years, long before the world was ready to hear the truth. We were the first to break Justin Bieber's chilling revelations back in 2016. Those quiet confessions whispered during a Bible studies class at the Montage Hotel in Los Angeles. Words that sent shockwaves through the entire industry. The elites panicked. They unleashed their attack dogs. They tried to silence us. They tried to bury the truth and protect their occult paedophile cult at all costs. But we're still here, still standing. One of the reasons we can survive is the tools we use. Check out vp.net/TPV. It's not another VPN with clever marketing. It's trustless by design. Meaning, even if they wanted to spy on you, they couldn't. Even if somebody holds a gun to their head, there's nothing to hand over. Built on zero-knowledge cryptography, Intel SGX secure enclaves, and open source code you can audit yourself, it's mathematically impossible to log or leak your data. No Mossad backdoors, no compromats, no hidden hands. Just pure verifiable privacy. This is how we fight back. Not with fear, but with technology that works for us, not against us. Go to vp.net/TPV and close Big Brother's eyes for good.